Hi, this is Marne Bender, and I'm sad to say that it's time for me to reflect on my work in EdTech 501. I've learned a lot and applied so much of this class to my work as a 4th grade teacher, and I'm really sad to see the class end. I'll start by showcasing my portfolio, then the additional artifacts. I'll determine whether my goals were met. I'll justify my grade, and I'll share thoughts on the future. On our first post with the RSS feeds, this really allowed me to see ways information could be compiled in one main area. For teaching, you could organize research and other valuable sites or blogs this way. I now have an RSS feed on my blog. I've switched to Feedly, though, from Google Reader. Admittedly, I don't use it a whole lot because I am currently a Twitter addict, and that's the way I really get my information. The annotated bibliography assignment pushed me with the research and the writing in the ALA format. It's been a few years since I've written papers, college, my undergrad, so remembering how to do that was a challenge. I was worried that my topic of keyboarding would not be current enough, and my research actually indicated that it was all pretty outdated. However, the research was powerful enough for me to see the importance of keyboarding and how it is not being addressed at my school. It will come in handy when discussing the technology standards with my administration. The challenges in using technology in schools assignment was a lot of fun. I loved using Extra Normal. It's a very entertaining way of scripting out the conversations regarding technology issues in schools, but when you script those, you also really start thinking about them. An issue that exists in my school was the fear of technology shaking up the current system, so the teachers were resistant to use it or implement it. The creation of my third artifact actually really resulted from thinking about this issue. The digital divide assignment just challenged me all around. Examining the digital divide issue, researching, articulating myself, and then editing myself was a challenge. Once I got deep into that research, I couldn't slow down, and I didn't want to leave a single detail out. This assignment has really helped me improve my focus on ensuring that my students have the appropriate background knowledge on technological tool utilization. It's never good to assume that they know how to use a certain thing appropriately. With the technology plan overview assignment, I was able to examine my school's current technology plan. We're doing so many things right, but we're lacking in other areas, such as communicating the plan to teachers, making sure all the stakeholders are involved. I'm hoping to become a technology committee member in the near future to offer my input on planning and what should happen. Which leads me to think about the school evaluation summary assignment. This was quite an eye-opening assignment that allowed me to think about all the details and aspects that go into technology education, integration, and maintenance at school. This rubric was very helpful and something I'd like to show my current technology coordinator for her to use in the future. This assignment was also very well timed, as I was asked to be on the Technology Standards Curriculum Committee. I was able to see some of the behind-the-scenes work that goes into technology planning and implementation, and it's complicated, I can tell you that. Now I'm going to show you my artifacts, the first being the implementation of blogging with my students using the platform KidBlog. My initial goal was to use Twitter with students, but Twitter was not allowed at my school. I wasn't able to convince our tech coordinator that we could use it. So blogging came up as a really great alternative for students to share ideas, practice writing, and reflect together. Many students required the background knowledge on how to properly blog, the blog etiquette, but now students use it with ease and really enjoy sharing their thoughts with others. This blog is on one of their recent mystery Skypes, and it was a lot of fun, and it just was a great way for me to see their thoughts. And what else was nice is that instead of having a notebook in hand, I can go to the blog and comment on my own time, and it's much faster than writing comments by hand, I can tell you that. My second artifact was regarding my experiences at the NCCE 2013 Technology Conference in Portland. I also created a presentation for my staff using Prezi on the experience. I connected with so many educators from all over the Northwest, and I learned an unbelievable amount of new information regarding technology in schools. I used some of what I learned in this course, Prezi for one. I used it in my digital divide assignment. And for my classroom, I implemented so many new iPad ideas, writing strategies namely. And I'm so excited to attend 2 more national conferences this summer. My last artifact is the one I put the most work into. This is my technology blog for my school. I reflect on what I learned in this course, from tech conferences, from Twitter, from my staff, and I put it all together to create an informational blog that will help staff with technology integration and give them advice. Some teachers have subscribed to the blog and tell me how much they love it. They always come up to me in the morning, "Oh, I loved your new post." They even pass my ideas on and thoughts to others in other districts. I feel very satisfied and happy to know that what I'm doing is helping others, and I really hope it inspires some of my technology-resistant staff to incorporate it and to see what a great and powerful thing it is. Now I'm going to touch base with the initial goals of this course. My first goal was to use Twitter with the class, and like I mentioned earlier, I was unable to do that. But it has been the best thing ever for at my fingertips professional development. I've made great connections with educators, and I'm getting so many ideas from other people, and I'm getting feedback from other people regarding my ideas or thoughts as well. Like I said earlier, instead of Twitter, I used the blogging route with my class, and it has been a great way to motivate students to write and communicate with each other. Through Twitter and talking with my administration, as well as examining the technology issues that exist with my school, I lead you to my second goal. Find things that stand in the way of becoming a flipped classroom and ways to possibly remediate these issues. Upon talking to my administration, I've decided to try to flip my math instruction for next year. And seeing some of the things my classmates have gone through with technology issues has really kind of brought to light that I'm lucky to have what I have, and I need to try doing the flipped classroom. My last goal was to identify resources for iPad integration at my school, and my blog definitely helps with that. Twitter helps, my RSS feed, and the peers that I have connected with in this course as well. I feel overall that I did achieve most of my goals, and they kind of changed and evolved as the course progressed. Now I'm going to justify my grade. I believe that overall I've earned an A- for this course. I've completed all of my assignments and the 2 additional artifacts. I've actively participated with thoughtful posts and answers to peer questions. I didn't participate in any class chats, however, due to scheduling and honestly flat out forgetting. I felt my writing was higher quality, somewhere between good and high. I do need to continue to work on improving my writing. Seeing my classmates' posts and how well they articulated and explained themselves does tell me that I need to improve, and I definitely can with practice. So what does the future hold for me? Well, in the short term, this class has given me the confidence and background knowledge to lead my first professional development sessions with my district this summer. I plan on presenting ways to incorporate writing with the iPad, and another session on collecting and evaluating digital work using iPads and Web 2.0 tools. As for the long term, I've realized that my true passion is technology and education. I'm hoping that it someday leads me to a technology coordinator or coach position in the future. My principal recently reminded me 2 years ago of the first time I was using an iPad in the school, and it was at a conference, and I was just typing notes. He recalls how enamored, yet how hesitant and afraid I was. And then he said, "Well, look at you now." I smiled and I simply replied, "I hope you realize you've played a part in creating an EdTech monster." He replied back and said, "That's not a bad thing." I just want to thank you, Carrie, for teaching a course that has fueled my fire for technology and education.